Alrighty, what's up everybody? It is I, your tribal god of extreme and god of everything. Well, pretty much. God of extreme. I'm wearing a god of insect shirt. But I'm not a god of bugs, you know what I mean? But so, this is a shirt for my good buddy, who doesn't wrestle anymore, Pyro. He used to wrestle around my neck of the woods, but he was the god of pyro and insects. Go figure that one out. But anyway, it is me, your official tribal god of extreme, Peter Joseph here, for video number 2 on your Sunday afternoon, October the 19th, 2025. Video number 2 right here on the Peter Joseph YouTube Wrestling channel. YouTube.com/Peter Joseph. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like the video, hit that subscribe button down in my pants, otherwise known as the description box below. Share the video all over the internet. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And don't forget to tap and slap that bell. Turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next one. Because you miss anything, you need to get slapped in the face. Because you, yes you fat fuck, or SOL, you know what that means. I don't think I need to tell you what it means. And that's that. Leave a comment on the video as well. But if you leave stupid comments, you need a life. And you will be sent to the Shadow Realm. Satan and Ozzy will eat your soul. And that's pretty much it. And if you're brand new here, if you've never seen my channel before in your life, and you're just floating around YouTube at this time of afternoon, and you like wrestling, you like music, you like anything else, then hit that subscribe button, smash that like button to death, and when you do subscribe, my friends, grab that tasty cold one. Welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. If you like it, great. You know, go to your dead channel or go somewhere else. Because we don't want you here. Get out of here. Go fuck yourself. And that's pretty much it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is Football Sunday, Week 7 in the NFL, in the league where they play for pay. If you're a Jet fan, it's hard. It is so hard being a Jet fan right now. Oh, they're about to go to 0-7, unless they somehow come back in this game and make a miraculous comeback. I don't even think so. But it looks like they're going to 0-7 on the year, pretty much. Bye-bye playoffs. There's no way they're going to win the next, 9 games, 10 games. Because they're about to hit week 8, which is like the right near the midpoint of the season. Week 9 is the midpoint, really, but we got 18 game season, so I mean, we'll see what happens with that, but Jets are just bad. I know I'm a Jet fan. I'm more of a Niners fan than a Jet fan, but man, they suck so bad right now. I hit the wrong channel because I was on I don't know why channel 2. Actually, it's a close game now. 13-6 with 5 minutes to play. The Jets defense would wake up, which they did not. Oops. I was surprised that was not pass interference. Alright, Jets about to get the ball back with under 5 to play. All 3 timeouts. And they could possibly, if they wake up. Justin Fields is not in the game anymore. They got, I think, Tyrone Taylor, the backup. They still can't get shit. Their offensive line is more crap, more trash than the Niners offense. It makes the Niners offense look good. But let's see. Just probably not going to get great field position. Caught at the 14. And, we got up to the 29. Close to the 30. So, with 4:41 left, the Jets looking to possibly tie the game. Or, depends what Aaron Glenn wants to do. He wants to go to overtime. Depending on how much time is left. Maybe go for 2. I think in this situation, you go for the tie. Depends on if you waste clock. Go for the tie. Possibly see what you can do in overtime. Jets had a chance to win in overtime a couple weeks ago. And I think it was against Tampa Bay. I forget. I think it was that Tampa Bay game. It was some other game. So, I mean, we'll see what happens with the Jets, but we'll see. All right, ladies and gentlemen, enough about that. We got the Giants coming up, and then about a half hour from now in Denver against those Broncos. That's on Channel 2 here in New York. And then the 49ers! Well, limp back home in the Santa Clara at Levi Stadium to face the Atlanta Falcons. With pretty much not so much first place on the line. Right now they're in second place because the Rams beat the crap out of the Jaguars 35-3. Did he catch? Oh, well. Another interception for the Jets. Game over, pretty much. Had a good defensive stop, a good 3-and-out. And then Taylor ran for about a yard. And then he threw it into coverage. And threw it right to the guy. Right? The guy caught it right in front of the receiver. Oh. That's the second interception that Tyrone Taylor threw. He threw it right into the end zone. The guy caught it with one hand, brought it in, and the Panthers got the ball back at the 20-yard line, and then they went downfield and got, obviously, they got a field goal. I don't even know where Taylor came from. I think we need to send him back. Aaron Glenn shouldn't even be coaching right now. He is like Rich Kotite level bad. This is like the Rich Kotite era all over again. Where they went 1-15 at the time, back in the 90s. Ugh. Even Adam Gass level, when, the guy that used to be on the Dolphins, he had those weird eyeballs, looked like he was like freaking fried out of his mind. I'm gonna do my interview now. I'm like, what? Who hires these coaches? They are bad. I'm not saying Robert Saley was bad, but, just had a horrible team around him, even with badges in his discount double check. This team is just bad. I mean, bad. But it is what it is. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, enough about football. It is time. On video number 2, check out my first video of the day in the description box. My tribute video to Sam Weirus of Limp Bizkit, who died last night at the age of 48. He died around my age. I'm 48. He died at 48. Unknown cause of death. But he did have liver disease back in 2015. He got a liver transplant, which was a perfect match because of all the heavy drinking he used to do back in the day. So that might have played in. I don't know, but it just sucks that a fourth death this week. We lost Diane Keaton, D'Angelo, and then Thursday we lost Space Ace Frehley. It's just been a bad year for celebrities and deaths and all that other stuff. I mean, we lost Hulk Hogan this year. We lost Ozzy this year, almost back-to-back. So many great people passed away this year. So many great people. Just shows you that, life is precious and we never know when we're going to pass away. So, we got that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, on video number 2, it is time for your late and out-of-date AEW Wrestledream review. Alright, AEW Wrestledream last night. Pretty good. Wasn't great, but pretty good. With all the interesting happenings, Hangman Page and Samoa Joe was a pretty decent match. With, the aftermath was very interesting. Hi guys, it's Darby. I almost drowned last night. Did you see that? I did it for you because I'm from Seattle. Anyway, Darby and Mox went not crazy level crazy, but I mean, not that we've seen before. It was pretty tame. It wasn't that hardcore-ish. But there's a couple of spots that made you go, ah! Crazy shit. But we'll talk about that. Mercedes Moné. Talk about that cunt. and a whole lot more as we get through the review. So stay tuned. Alright, as always, we are from the Cape Fitz Arena in St. Louis, Missouri, and our commentary team for the night was the man behind the mask, Excalibur, my good buddy Tony Baloney Schiavone, or for you people that love Jericho, Tony Schiavone, the great man from England. There's only a few from England that are actually good, because everybody else sucks. And that's Nigel McGuinness, we love. Ozzy's from England, so he, Ozzy and Maiden, and, there's great people from England, but others, you know who you are. Anyway, Nigel McGuinness, we love, and also, I thought we heard Taz. Maybe it's just my ears, I don't know, but I thought we heard Taz somewhere in the building. But anyway, we got that. Alright, this was the annual Antonio Inoki tribute show, so pay tribute to the great man that chopped you to death, and that's Antonio Inoki. So, we had that. Alright, so, like I said, it was a pretty good show. We had the Tailgate Brawl pre-show, which I didn't even bother to see, and really the start of this show was so fucking bad. This is how bad AEW is right now. FTR and Jet Speed went on for so long, it bled into the actual pay-per-view, and the big pyro's going off at 8 o'clock, and the fucking match didn't end about like 8:10, 8:15 almost. That's bad fucking booking, and that's bad time management, Tony Khan. No wonder this pay-per-view almost ended at 1 o'clock in the morning. You cannot do that anymore. Your wrestlers are there for almost all fucking day, because they gotta rehearse, and they gotta get to the building, you gotta rehearse the match, stuff like that. They gotta eat in between, and, get ready for their match, with their weights and stuff, get ready, get their makeup and all that crap for the ladies and stuff. But then after that, the pay-per-view ends like 12:30, 12:45-ish, and then you have a 2-hour fucking post-show. So they're leaving at 3:30 in the morning Central Time. It's 4:30 in the morning here in the Northeast, and they gotta go back to the hotel, or they gotta take a red eye to wherever they gotta go next on a Sunday, because they're not gonna go anywhere until Tuesday night anyway. You cannot do 5-hour pay-per-views anymore! Stop, Tony Khan! Please, for the wrestler's sake and for the people watching the product's sake. This ain't WrestleMania 35, where we're watching for 8 hours! 8 hours of... How you watch 8 hours of wrestling of one show? It's insane! You don't see Wrestle Kingdom do that. They go at least 3-4 hours, mostly 4 hours. About 3-4 hours. WWE now, it's been pretty cut down to about 2.5, to some shows they last about close to 4 hours. I mean, just please, Tony Khan, cut the shit. Don't have 50 fucking matches on the show. I bet you Full Gear is gonna go from 8 to 1. That's obvious. And then who knows when World's End, how long that's gonna go. Who knows? I mean, we got Final Battle coming up in early December. I don't know how long that's gonna go. I mean, I'm not mad about not so much mad about the length of the show, but come on. You gotta time your matches out properly. You cannot have a pre-show match bleed into the main show. Cut it down. If you know there's 5 minutes left to the main show, tell the referee, hey, let's go home. Come on. We got 5 minutes left. Tell them 5 minutes. Cut the thing. Go to the finish. No, we can't do that. It's such a great match. Let's bleed into the fucking pay-per-view. Blah. This ain't fucking Dynamite going into Collision or Battle of the Belts. Come on now. Oh, Peter, you take wrestling so fucking seriously. Shut the fuck up. Alright? I'm giving an opinion. I don't take things seriously. I just have an opinion and it pisses me off. I'm ranting. It's not taken seriously, okay? I'm just saying, these 4, 5 hour, 6 hour pay-per-views are just a little bit too much. For the wrestlers, for the fans in attendance, and fans watching at home on pay-per-view. It's just a little bit too much for a 5, 6 hour show. Can't do that. People are like tuning out after, like... And most of the fans at the show last night were like falling asleep. Like halfway through the show, I heard dead silence at some points. I'm like, where the hell did the fans go? Well, they went to the concession stand. I'm like, I ain't watching this. I need another beer, Jack. Nope. I can't. Anyway. Alright, that's my rant. That's the way it is. And I'm sticking to that point. Alright, moving on. Alright, so we started with this pre-show. We had the Death Riders of Danny Garcia, the Swedish Claudio Castagnoli, and the man who hates Halloween. Well, Halloween hates him too. And that's William Yuta, the man who scares himself. William Yuta went to the Halloween store to try to buy a costume, and the cashier said, "You already got your costume." I'll be here all week. Tip your waitress. Thank you. So anyway, goes Danny Garcia, William Yuta, and Claudio Castagnoli take on the conglomeration of Freshly Squeezed Orange Juice, Orange Cassidy, Tomohiro Ishii, not Ishii, it's Ishii, and Roderick Strong. No Kyle O'Reilly because he was on the back, probably drinking a Coke. I don't know what he was doing. And Willow Nightingale was in the back doing nothing. Actually, she had a match coming up, so we have all that. Oh, yeah, the Jets. Oh, God. It's time for the Jets to go bye-bye. 13-6. Game basically is over. I'm putting on... Well, I can't even do that. Let's change to the Giants. Let's see how they're doing. Actually, wow, let's start. I thought it was 4:25. Somebody didn't tell me that the game is starting at 4:25. Yeah, game is started. Giants got the ball at the 35. Okay. Anyway. Alright, so yeah. So ahead. Roddy and Orange Cassidy and Tomohiro Ishii. You know what? I miss this guy. Adam! He's on Twitch playing video games now. Great video games. When are you gonna start Silent Hill F there, Chugs? And Ghost of Yote. Oi. I can't get enough of those games. I cannot get enough. I'm almost done with Silent Hill F. I'm pretty much in the middle of Ghost of Yote. I can't wait for Resident Evil 9 to come out. February 27, 2026. Oh. I can't wait for that. Good shit. That's old. Good shit. Good shit. Man. Video games are good. I got Netflix for free because I upgraded my package. Life is good, man. Now I can watch Monday Night Raw. On TV. I'm on the rich man's TV. Instead of, my broken down computer. With a broken down stream. On Netflix, mind you. Because I use the Netflix stream. It's just choppy. It's not Netflix's fault. It's my goddamn ancient computer. So I'm still watching Netflix for free, but just on a choppy stream. With a VPN. Oy. It is what it is. Anyway, let's get to this match, which wasn't even that great. getting to the end. Roddy gets the hot tag. All 6 men are in. Ishii rolls some German suplexes on pretty much almost everybody. Claudio blocks one of them. Pac gets back up with a German suplex to Ishii, but Orange Cassidy grabs a tornado DDT. Ishii then Lariato to Pac, only for Ishii to get chop blocked. And then Pac gets right back up with the running Busaiko knee. Not the Busaiko. Was a running Busaiko? Kind of looked like a Claymore kick. But anyway, Pac gets the pin and he gets the win for his team. So the Death Riders get the win in under 16 minutes. It is what it is. Death Riders storyline needs to fucking end. It's just too long and pretty much getting boring. Speaking of boring, match number 2 in the pre-show, we had a man from the Bronx, Eddie Kingston, and his partner. They sent for the man! Hook! You, get in here! Bring your Doritos, get the fuck in here! Hook, ladies and gentlemen, this part of the show is brought to you by Doritos. They're very tasty! Thank you, Mick. Did you have some? Yeah, I'll have some later. I gotta go out later. But, I'll have some tonight, okay? Okay, they're very tasty. I gave some to Mikey. He loved it. Okay. Mikey likes everything. All right, stop. Not you, Mike. What now? What do you want, Mike? You said my name. I did not say your name. I said Mikey. Why my name is Mikey? Your name is Mike, but we call you Mikey sometimes. Ah, crap. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go. No, come in and stay. How you doing, Mike? You watching some football today? Did you see Ace Frehley, get up there and now Sam Rivers from Limp Bizkit's up there? Did you see him come into the pearly gates? I saw Ace. I said hello. He didn't even know what the fuck I was. I was gonna pull it to a table, but I thought you were gonna get mad at me. Yeah, I would have. I didn't see Sam though, but maybe I'll see him later. Okay. Well, if you see Sam, tell him I said hello. How's Jerome doing, by the way? Yeah, he's okay, I guess. I don't really talk to him anymore. What, he got into a fight? No, he's just, he's just there. Okay. Next, if he fucks up, you let me know, okay? I'll let you know. Okay, I gotta go. Matilda the Hun's calling me. I gotta get away from her. She's trying to give me blowjobs again. Oh, boy. Okay, Mike, say goodbye. Bye! Okay. He's got to stay away from those old chicks. Holy shit. Matilda the Hun and Moolah and Mae Young. He's got to stay away from the old folks home there up in heaven, you know what I mean? Those ladies, they can get pretty freaky. From what, Jerome told me. Motherfucker. Alright, so Hook and Eddie Kingston take on the frat house of Grant Garrison and Cole Carter. We all know him as Two Dimes. They came out with Jacked Jameson. Should change his name. Huh. Not to say that Jameson's a bad drink, per se, but, I had some Jameson back in the day, but, it doesn't compare. Does not compare to Jack Daniels, does not compare to Hennessy, and definitely does not compare to Johnny Walker Black. Or red. Not blue. Not blue. That's too lethal. Not Jay Lethal, but, I used to have Johnny Walker Black. I had a couple cases of it in my house, and, me and Rosa pretty much drank it. We have our, our alone time. And I don't need to get Rosa drunk to get the pussy, you know what I mean? I don't need that. It just comes naturally. Because as we all know, drunk sex is the best sex. Just remember that. Anyway, but I don't need to get Rosa drunk to get the drunk sex, okay? Just put it out there. Moving on. Alright, so Hook and Eddie Kingston beat the fuck out of Cole Carter Eddie Kingston in just under 3.5 minutes. Did I say 3.5 minutes? Yeah, they get the win as Hook chokes out Cole Carter with the Kata Hajime. That's pretty much it. That's it. Nobody cared. Alright, after that, match number 3, we go to that. Actually, before we even get to that, the Costco guys, those fucking idiots, are going to face the Don Callis family at Full Gear. So we have 2 matches now for Full Gear. We'll get to that second match in a minute. Rocky Romero and Trent Beretta interrupt. And then AJ, big boy AJ, whatever the fuck his name is, gets beaten down. Good. Should have took the kid out, too. Fuck both of them. How dare you disrespect my tribal chief, Roman Reigns. Fuck you guys. 2 pieces of New Jersey trash. That's where they live. They live in New Jersey. Fuck them and fuck Grimm too, because he hangs out with them half the time. Fuck him too. And his stupid backyard fed. That's it. Hey Grimm, you want to come to Brooklyn, I'll kick your ass too. But hey, maybe I'll do commentary. I don't even need to kick your ass. I'll have somebody else do it for you. For me. For you, but for me. Maybe I'll get Pete Corvus to kick your ass. You know, he kicked your ass so many times, it's not even funny. But I digress. Anyway, match number 3 in the pre-show. Penelope Ford and Megan Bayne, now known as, what's it called? Divine Vanity, I think they're called now? Alright. They take on the Resident Fun Girl. Bam! Willow Nightingale and Honey! Cameron. Match lasted a little bit longer, 12 minutes. I don't know, for a women's match, it shouldn't have lasted 12 minutes, but still. Pretty much back and forth match. We're getting to the end. Willow clotheslines Megan, comes right back with a middle rope double clothesline. Excuse me. Harley rolls out of a doomsday device. But Penelope hits a fireman's carry. Gutbuster. I don't know what the hell she was trying to hit. She hit it anyway to drop Harley for a near fall. Harley goes back with a pump handle suplex. And then Willow comes in, I guess on the tag. Hits the Babe with the power bomb. 1, 2, 3. You knew Penelope Ford was going to take the pin because she's the weak link of the team. And there you go. Willow and Harley get the win in a little over 12 minutes. I can see them in that women's tag team tournament with Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford. They're going to be in it. Mina, Shirakawa, and Toni Storm. They're definitely going to be in there. I don't know what other tag teams you can put. Maybe Alex Windsor might be in there with somebody, you know. They're supposed to have the brackets this Wednesday night on Dynamite from San Antonio, Texas, along with well, we'll get to that later. We move on. All right, so Willow and Harley get the win, and they're probably going to be moving on into the women's tag team title tournament. And that's that. Alright, then we get to the the 4th match, / into the main show match. We got FTR, Daxie X, Hardwood, and Cash. He's got a fucking Glock Wheeler. Look out. They're taking on Jet Speed, Speedball, Mike Bailey, and Kevin Knight. So, this match started with 4 minutes and 20 seconds smoking time. With 4 minutes left till the show started. This is the second time that the kickoff show bled into the pay-per-view. How about just discard the pre-show? Get rid of it. You don't see WWE do that much anymore. Because they don't need to have a pre-show. They just talk for 2 hours. That's a pre-show. You know? But anyway, they go back and forth, and then, like, right after the 4 minute 20 seconds, the pyro goes off to start the actual pay-per-view. And then it went an extra, 10 minutes. But anyway, getting to the end, Powerplex is broken up. FTR goes for the Shadow Machine. They hit that, only for Speedball Mike Bailey to hit a shooting star knee. Ouch. For a save. And then he kicks away at Dax Hardwood. Another powerplex attempt is blocked with raised knees. Speedball's suplex is broken up with a trip from Stokely, the man who gets to know Hose Hathaway, who holds the legs, so Dax gets the pin on Mike Bailey. The referee did not see it. So FTR get the win in a little over 12 minutes. It is what it is. It should not have bled into the main show. Just bad production, bad time management by Tony Khan. I bet you he's pissed because the thing went long. That would be my first question. Why did the first match go on for so long? That's an actual question. You can't answer that. Then don't be a booker. Fucking hell, man. Anyway, moving on. Alright, so now we start to show off property. Well, before we get to the first match of the night, we see Luth Dez's widow, I believe the name is Charlie, in the crowd. That was very nice. We really don't, see Luth Dez's widow, much, because, Luth Dez died a long time ago. Great man that he is. If it wasn't for Luth Dez, there'd probably be no wrestling, there'd be no Luth Dez press and shit like that. But, great to see her. And, she actually got a little bit in she, got involved because Declaw, was on the outside of the ring. We get to the first match of the night, Declaw versus Jamie Hayter, and, they go to the outside, and Declaw was, chopping Jamie right in front of Charlie Dez, which was, and she's like, you bitch, I was like, get up and beat her ass! Come on, do it! Old people can kick ass, too, man. Remember that old lady that tried to scratch Hogan's eyes out back in the WCW days? He's like, I'm gonna scratch your eyes out! Oh, fuck you! And Hogan's like, I'll fight you, old lady, brother! I wanna kick your ass, brother! I mean, sister! And scratch your eyes out! Oh, go kick your sister! I'm like, shit. Then they chant, let's go, Grandma! Let's go, Grandma! We're marks, and we love it. Anyway. Alright, so everyone was banned from the ringside, so no Sky Blue, no Julia Hart, nobody, no Queen Aminata, no anybody. So, it was a pretty decent match. Decla, doing her spider stuff and shit. But anyway, we get to the end. They form it out from their knees. Decla gets back up with a Black Widow, circa AJ Lee. Jamie reverses it with a backbreaker, but Decla pulls her into something kind of like a Black Widow on the mat. That gets broken up. I don't know how Jamie Hayter did not tap there, but anyway. So that gets broken up, and Decla, who's a little bit smaller than Jamie Hayter, hits a spear. Jamie shrugs that off, hits a clothesline, followed by Haterade is Thursday for the deep down body thirst. Anyway, so she hits Haterade 1, 2, 3 in under 15 and a half minutes. Jamie Hayter gets the win, and that's it. After the match, Queen Aminata comes out to celebrate with Jamie. Then we see a very pissed off Decla go with her team of Julia Hart and Sky Blue. What are you gonna do? And that's that. Moving on. Alright, match number 2 for $500,000. Which is on the announce table. Surprised nobody stole it. Anyway, so we have the Young Bucks. Matthew and Nicholas Jackson are now, as they came out, as $32.14. God damn you, Nick, why did you spend all that money? And they had the thing that says, insufficient funds, transaction denied. And then they had the graphic $32.14. And then they're going down the ramp, and you see all these fans like, $20 for a freaking picture, we'll give you $20. And then we see Nick like, takes the $20, and then we have all the fans with like dollar bills about to donate to the Bucks. It's so sad. It's funny, but sad at the same time. So they take on Jurassic Express, Jungle Jack Perry, who dressed like Kraven from Spider-Man. Very nice, Jack. And Luchasaurus is just Luchasaurus. Luchasaurus is a wannabe lizard from Spider-Man. We got that. Alright, this match was actually pretty damn good. Back and forth they went. Lots of flippy-dippity-doos. The Bucks are looking at the money half the time. And they were like, I want to get the money. We get that. They go for the TK driver. Jack Perry escaped. A powerbomb on the apron. Ow! Sets up a spike power driver double stomp combo like the Lucha Brothers used to do. That's Ray Phoenix and Pentagon Zero. Middle. They used to do that. Followed by the BTE trigger for a near fall. Why don't we hear an echo? Anyway, maybe it's my phone. Luchasaurus makes a save. They get back up, choke slam into a standing moonsault, gives Luchasaurus a near fall, and a doomsday device, you'll have to see that, for the same. The Bucks get a TK driver for a near fall, and Matt, with Nick making a save. Actually, Jurassic Express did that. Nick makes a save on that, just in time. Then the Bucks fire off a super kick, party! And then they hit the BTE trigger again on Jack Perry for a near fall. They get pissed. You know, they're trying to go for the money again. Luchasaurus gets back up. Jack Perry grabs a sick poison Rana on Matt. Then they hit the countdown to extinction. 1, 2, 3. Jurassic Express gets $500,000. And the Bucks are still broke. So the broke Bucks, or the broke ass Bucks, now they're calling them, still continue to go down the shitter. What are you gonna do? And that's that. Alright, match length was 23 minutes. After the match, Jack Perry teases trying to make amends with the Bucks, but then the Don Callis family comes in, like Lance Archer, Rocky Romero, I forget who else came out. They come in for a beatdown on Jurassic Express. The Bucks leave in a huff, and then Kenny, by God Omega, bang! He comes out and is like, hey, why don't you help him? He's your friend. He used to be your friend. You're just gonna stand there. And he's like, nah, fuck, I'm gonna do it myself. The Bucks go to the back. Kenny goes in, tries to make the save. Eventually, he gets a red scarf and does a quick Antonio Inoki tribute. But in the end, Jack Perry and Luchasaurus get back up. They help Kenny, and they run off most of the Don Callis family. So it's probably gonna be a 6-man tag team match on Dynamite. So let's see. It looks like Kenny's like kind of joining up with Jack Perry now in a kind of like mini sort of elite reunion. I don't know where the Bucks are gonna go at this point. I would just say, you know what? Get back with Kenny. Try to resurrect your career, or just get out of here. I don't know. All right, so we get that. First match of the night, I gave 2.5 out of 5 stars. This match, I gave, what did I give it? 4 out of 5 stars, because it's a Bucks match, and they never have a bad match, per se, but that's that. Match number 3, Trios Tornado Rules match. We got the Demand, Big as Shit, and the Gates of Agony, Toa Leona, and Bishop Quan! I know that, Quan! They take on the Hurt Syndicate. We heard people. Bobby Lashley, Shelton Baby, Shelton Benjamin, and Montel Vontarius Porter, MVP. This was hellacious and crazy as fuck. 13.5 minutes, just under 13.5 minutes. Getting to the end, I'm not gonna go through everything. Shelton Baby, Shelton Benjamin suplexes Ricochet over the top. Yikes. Onto everybody at ringside, then busts out a great flippy dippity-doo for a guy that's 50. Yeah, Shelton Benjamin is 50. And he still looks good. He can do it all. He's still got it, ladies and gentlemen. So give him like a title or something, man. Please. What do you had the tag team titles? Well, give him a mid-card title, like the TNT or the Unified title, or not the main, or the TNT title. They say the TNT or the Unified title. I don't think maybe give him the World title, but that's a little bit of a stretch, but whatever. Alright, so he tags in MVP, comes in, goes deep, deep, deep. Bolden! Oh, you'd love to see that. Ricochet, Toll Leona made the save. Shelton gives Toll Leona an insecurity, then Bobby spears the crap out of him to the floor. That Ricochet, along with all the Hurt Syndicate, oh boy. But Bishop pulls I think it was Shelton Benjamin outside, and then they spear Lashley 1, 2, 3. Actually, no, Lashley hits a spear. I'm sorry, Lashley hits a spear. 1, 2, 3. Finally, the Hurt Syndicate beat these fuckers. And hopefully they go somewhere else because the feud has just been bad. It's just bad. So, see what happens with that. 13-27 match was alright. 3.25 out of 5 stars. And that's it. Alright, match number 4, because there was 9 matches. Match number 4 for the TNT title. TNT title. Well, we have Kyle. Kyle Fletcher takes on the funky chicken himself, Mark Briscoe. We pay homage to the great man up there. Yes, you, Jay Briscoe. How you doing, boy? Reach for the sky, boy. Get that. Alright, this was a pretty good match. Lots of flippy-dippity-doos from Mark. And, Mark kicked out at almost pretty much everything. It was crazy. He hits the bank, bang, bang! Mick Foley style bang bang elbow, super kick, knocked Fletcher to the floor. Briscoe used the Sabu chair and everything. Goes for the Death Valley driver, J Driller. Fletcher blocked it. At one point, hit the J Driller on the apron. Ow! They go to the floor, back in. Fletcher can't hit another superplex. Instead, Mark lays him on the top rope for a Froggy Bow, which is new, interesting. Then another one to the floor. Then another one. So 3 straight Froggy Bows. So Fletcher goes for the cover and nothing. And then he hits the J Driller. Fletcher gets his finger on the rope to break the count. That's inventive. You get your finger, you get your teeth on the rope, and break the count anyway. He goes for the cutthroat driver, gets broken up. Fletcher slips out and almost destroys the referee. Damn. And then a low blow to Mark Briscoe's ball sack. And then a bleed buster by Kyle Fletcher. I was like, oh, that's it. He's going to retain, but no! Mark Briscoe somehow kicked out at 2. And then Fletcher's like, alright, that's it. I'm pissed. Takes Mark non-dart into the corner, then a bean buster on the turnbuckle, El Generico style. I think Sami Zayn might be pissed about that, but anyway. 1, 2, 3, Kyle Fletcher retains the belt in under 25 minutes. Hell of a match. And I gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars. But, once again, Mark goes for a title and just comes that close. And that's it. Alright, so Fletcher wins. And then the conglomeration come out. They help Briscoe, who, barely could even walk, to the back. And Kyle Fletcher with Don Callis at ringside. He was able to walk under his own power. So, this was their 5th match, by the way, because they had 2 wins each. So, Fletcher wins the series 3-2. But he keeps the title. And that's that. Alright, match number 5 for the AEW Women's Championship. We had Chris Cakelander taking on Timeless Tony Storm, darling bosom. I like how they had the cinema style intros. I thought that was pretty damn nice. Chris Cakelander coming out with these 2 guys, like they're coming out of a spaceship or something like that. I'm like, who are these guys? And then, they take off for, Cake Lander's crown or whatever it was. Like, okay. I like the stage setup with the arch. That was very nice. So, kudos to Tony Khan for that. We need more good-looking stages. Take notes, Hunter. The Crown Jewel stage was nice. Not great, but nice. It was very nice. So we get that. Alright, Tony with her, weird face paint and white gear. It was a pretty good match for what it was worth for 16 and a half minutes. Getting to the end, Cake Lander shrugs off a Tiger Driver into an electric chair, into something like a Black Widow on the mat. Tony's legs make the rope somehow. And Statler gets sent over the ropes as well. And then something like a Blue Thunder Bomb puts Tony back down, and a 450 gives Cake Lander a very near fall. Tony shrugs that off with a German suplex, but walks right into Saturday Night Fever. I thought she was going to pin her right there, but Statlander said, nope, I'm going to keep that head scissors choke that I had on her earlier with the arm trapped. Tony's in trouble until Statlander's like, alright, that's it. Saturday Night Fever one more time. 1, 2, 3, Cake Lander gets the win and retain the title. Pretty good match, 3.25 out of 5 stars. And, Tony Storm, fought a great fight. And, during an AEW post-match exclusive, Tony's, Renee finds Tony, she's down and out and everything. And she goes to talk to Tony, and Tony's like, I lost everything. And then Mina Shirakawa, we'll get into right now, she comes in and says, you may have lost everything, but we have each other. So they're gonna go for I would dare to say they're gonna become the new and first ever women's tag team champions. It could be them, it could be Willow and Harley, I don't know. But somebody's gonna win those belts for the first time and probably hold them for a week. Who knows? That's that. Alright, so we get that. After the match, Mercedes Moné, the CEO, still in her Selena gear from Friday night, because I think she had a layover, she had jet lag. Go figure that one out. She's still in her Selena gear, the TBS champion. She comes out with a couple people as well. And, actually, she came out with the frat house who had all her other belts. I thought I was retarded. Anyway. And basically, she gets in the ring, has an epic stare down with Cake Lander. I'm like, are we going to get an extra match? Like Cake Lander versus Mercedes 3? No, we don't get that. Instead, Cake Lander says, got my eye on you. And then she gets on the mic and says, St. Louis! Does her stuff and then says, who's going to come out for my open challenge? I'm like, please be Athena. Please be Athena. Please be Athena. No, we get my fourth amazingly hot Asian wife, Mina Shirakawa, the Ring of Honor interim women's TV champion. I'm like, oh, here we go. Number 11 is coming your way, and what happened? Number 11 for Mercedes Moné. Good match, though. Mina put on the figure 4 leg lock 4 times. Still, Mercedes got to the ropes, counted it, everything she could, but in the end, the statement maker goes on until Mina reverses that into a fruit roll-up for a near fall. The moneymaker connects. Somehow, Mina got her hand on the rope to save the match. And then she rams Mercedes into the turnbuckle a few times, but Mercedes reverses a roll-up and puts her foot on the rope to get the win and become 11 belts Moné. Oh. Sickening. And then after the match, Chris Statlander comes out for another stare down. And then at the scrum, at the post-show, Mercedes cuts a promo saying, and she basically challenges Statlander to another match, their third match overall, at Full Gear. So you got that match, plus the Costco guys versus the jobbers from the Don Callis family. Ugh. I mean, Cakelander and Mercedes is going to be good. I just don't want Mercedes to become 12 belts Monet. I think we're gonna definitely, hopefully, see the downfall and downward spiral of Mercedes Monet. She's gonna lose the TBS title to Cakelander, and then she's gonna lose all those trinket titles, and then eventually she's gonna lose the Ring of Honor TV title to I don't know who, and then the CMLL title to somebody in Mexico. Or somebody on the roster, man. Who knows? Let's see what happens with that. But pretty decent match with Mina and Mercedes. We've seen this before with them. Mina coming close and just cannot beat her. It's just sickening. Now we get that. Hey, Giants are up 7-0. Good defense there. And Denver was in the end zone. And got the first down and a little bit more. Get them out of a little bit of trouble. That's fine. 6 minutes left in the first quarter. And Broncos are driving right now. See what happens with that. But the G-Men are up 7-0. With Jackson Dart, or whatever his name is. Dax, Dart, Fart, Mark. We get that. Alright, so good match with Mina and Mercedes, but I guess congrats to Mercedes Moné on her history-making 11th belt. She's the first person to hold 11 belts at one time, crushing Ultimo Dragon's record to bits. I still think she's just getting too much and it needs to stop. If you haven't seen my rant on that, my little short rant on that, go to my rant channel. That's that. Alright. I believe this is match number 6 or 7. For the tag team titles, Bandito, the Ring of Honor champion, and the big man, Brody King, take on the Don Callis family of the Unified Champion, Kazuchika Okada, and the now new IWGP Heavyweight Champion of the World, that's Konosuke Takeshita. This was a very good match, Bandito coming in with a big shoulder, and Don Callis family looking to exploit that, which they kind of did. There's a part of the match where Bandito get the advantage, and Bandito's trying to get Brody to do the Macarena, and he starts doing a hey Macarena, and then they get stopped. But we're getting to the end. The catch slips out of a Doomsday Device attempt. Managed to, I don't know how he did it, wheelbarrow suplex Brody King. The fans went completely berserk. Like, holy shit, the strength of that man. Bandito goes for the 21 plex. It gets blocked, leaving Brody to German suplex everybody. And everybody's down. Brody gets sent to the outside. Bandito kicks at Okada and Takeshita. And then Okada goes for the Rainmaker, but oops, you missed and hit Takeshita. Oh, that ain't gonna work well. And he's like, I don't care. Bitch. And then, naturally, Bandito hits the X-knee on Okada with one arm. Goes for the 21 plex, but his arm gave out. Brody's back up with a suicide plancha to Takeshita on the outside, leaving Okada in the ring with Bandito. Bandito now hits the one-arm 21 plex on Okada, and they retain the titles in exactly 27.5 minutes. Match was great. 4.5 out of 5 stars. I'm surprised that Okada was the person to take the pin here. You would never think that Okada, of all people, would take the pin. I was thinking maybe Takeshita would take it, but then again, he just won the IWGP title. I mean, it wouldn't have mattered who took the pin, really. But Okada took the pin by Bandito pinned him, and now he gets a unified title shot. on Wednesday's show. Is he going to win? Probably not. I still think we're going to get Okada and Takeshi at Full Gear for the unified title, and I really think Takeshi is going to beat Okada and get 4 belts. He's going to be right up there with Mercedes Moné. She's going to have, she has 11, probably we come out of Full Gear with 10, and Takeshi's like, alright, I'll top you, I got 4 now! So we'll see what happens with that, but epic match, 4.5 out of 5 stars, clearly the match of the night. And we get that. Alright, match number 8 for the AEW World title. We got the Hangman Adam Page doing some cowboy shit. Takes on 1/3 of the Trios champions and leader of the Ops, Samoa Joe. Pretty good match. Hard-hitting match. We get to the end. A running boot sends Joe to the outside. Comes right back in where Adam Page misses him with a moonsault. He goes to a moonsault and missed. He completely missed him. And Joe's like, oh. But he gets a near fall anyway. Joe powerbombs the Hangman into an STF. They get switched into a crossface, which gets switched into something like the Rings of Saturn. The Hangman gets out of that, powerbombs Joe out of the corner for a near fall. Goes for the dead eye, that gets broken up. And then Joe's like, come on, motherfucker! I was like, whoa! Holy crap. And Page's like, alright, motherfucker, I'm gonna kick your ass! So they start whipping a crap out of each other. And that comeback by Adam Page locks in the, Adam Page comeback is cut off by a coquina clutch. Page gets a foot on the rope, barely. And Joe tries for the muscle buster, can't get it. Walks right into a dead eye for a near fall. Then not 1, not 2, but 3 buckshot lariats. Get the win for the Hangman. He retains in 19 minutes. Pretty good match, 3.5 out of 5 stars. And that's that. And then after the match, Hangman goes over to Joe, and the Ops come out, Shibata and Powerhouse Will Hobbs to check on their partner Joe. They show some respect. We see a semi-code of honor, but then Joe, with a heinous attack, knocks down the Hangman in a 3-on-1 beatdown on Adam Page. So they turn heel. I already thought that Joe was face or a tweener. Now he's a full-fledged heel. Hobbs is heel again. Shibata, who I never thought he would ever turn heel. But anyway. So Joe hits the muscle buster on the AEW title. Knocks Adam Page silly. I thought he choked him out after because Doc Samson and the medics come out and you see Adam Page like this. Like his tongue was sticking out. Like he wasn't breathing. I thought he was I was dead. I'm like, what the fuck? Alright, so that feud will continue. So maybe at Full Gear we get another match with Joe and Adam Page. I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. And then after that, like I said, I thought it was on the post show, but it was on the actual show. Mercedes yells at Chris Statlander, ruining her big night. Wants to face her for the women's title at Full Gear. Obviously, Chris Statlander said, alright. We get that. Alright, then we get to the main event of Wrestledream, an I Quit match between John Moxley and hi guys, it's me again, Darby! Ha! Alright, with Maria Shafir at ringside with John Moxley. This was crazy as shit. Darby chokes Moxley out with the AEW flag. Coffin drop on the apron. Missed. Ugh. And then Moxley takes Darby's belt off. And Darby's like, come on, hit me with it. Okay. Bam, 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 bam. Smack him like a government mule. Beat the shit out of him. And then Darby whips out some lighter fluid and sprays it in Moxley's face. Yo! And then all the Death Brothers come out. They get sprayed with lighter fluid. But Moxley, gets a towel from Claudio, wipes himself off. after hitting a ghillie cutter. I don't know how he did that with lighter fluid in his face. Go figure that one out. So he hits the cutter, then he wipes off more fluid off his body, and then he takes out a taser. What are we, GCW now? We're going that level? Shit. I was like, taser! So he gets the taser, and he tases Darby. And then he hits a stomp into a bulldog choke. Darby flips him. Darby's like, I'm not gonna quit, fuck you, to the referee. Claudio then comes in, and he picks up, there was 2 tables at ringside that was set up by the Death Riders, and Claudio picks him up. I thought he was going to throw him outside onto the 2 tables. Nope. He throws him like Javon Evans got thrown by Trick Witte back about a month or so ago. He got thrown almost into the first row behind the announce table. Woo! I was like, oh, he dead now. He is dead. Bryce Rinsberg, count him out. I mean, call the match. That was sick. And then Moxley as a Pale Rider through the table at ringside. Then the fans are like, this is murder! Out on the streets, they call it murder! Anyway, and then they take out an aquarium, and they have like 2 big Gatorade-looking things put in water. I'm like, ooh, are we gonna get the piranhas? No. No piranhas for you, Peter. Damn. So they fill the aquarium with water, and Moxley takes Darby and attempts to drown him. And then Mox's like, you son of a bitch! Darby's like, flapping around like a dead fish. Then the lights go out, and I'm like, oh, who's gonna come out now? I was like, it's only one man that can come out, and it's not Sabu. The lights come on, it's Stink! Grandpa Stink, with his gray hair and gray beard, comes out, smashes the aquarium into bits, and then he, points the bat at Moxley, and he pulls back, gives it to Darby. Darby smashes Mox in the stomach, then he smashes him in the knee. Smashes those kneecaps. Good lord. And then, we see Sting leave, and then Marina Shafir comes up to him and is like, you stop, fuck you, Sting! And then Sting's like, fuck you, Marina, picks her up and takes her to the back. And then Darby's like whipping Mox with the bat, and he tells Darby to hit him with the bat, which he does even more. Then he hits a Scorpion Death Drop with the AEW flag, hits a quick coughing drop. I was like, pin him. Oh, I can't pin him. So he locks him in the Scorpion Deathlock in the water from the aquarium. And Moxley just quickly taps out in 26 minutes. So Darby makes Mox tap. And Renee Paquette on the pre-show, she was like, I can't control my husband. I'm ashamed to be married to this guy. I'm like, shit. I smell a divorce! Get the papers ready. Anyway, but yeah. But at least it wasn't that violent, but they could have went way beyond what they did at All Out. So yeah, but Darby gets the win, and then he celebrates to end the show. That's it. So we'll see what happens with Darby on Wednesday, where he goes from here, where Moxley goes from here, the Death Riders, where they go. But not a bad pay-per-view. Not that bad. So I'm giving it a little bit biased maybe, but I'm giving it 8 out of 10 stars. Excuse me. Let me know what you guys think of the show down below in the comment section. And like Trick Willie would say, let's talk about it. And that's that. Alright guys, I gotta get out of here. I got to do some, run some errands and have some alone time with the missus and stuff like that. But I'll be back later tonight with your SmackDown review from Friday night. Get you ready for Monday Night Raw tomorrow. So it should be some good stuff tomorrow. We got Maxine Dupree. going after Becky. The man, Becky Lynch's women's IC title. The Judgment Day are going to defend the tag team belts against AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. Dominic Guerrero is going to defend his Intercontinental title against Alexander Rusev. We got that. Stephanie Fakura versus Roxy. That should be pretty fun. And Adam Pearce is going to give us an announcement on the status of the Raw World title. Probably be vacant because Seth Rollins is, Seth Rollins might be out for an entire year. He won't be back at WrestleMania unless he uses his Super Cena strength. Remember how Cena was supposed to be out till WrestleMania and he came back at the Rumble and was number 30? We could see something like that with Seth. I doubt that, but we never know. But right now, Seth and his shoulder injury is going to keep him out for a year. So he ain't coming back, so maybe, if lucky, SummerSlam. If not, maybe by WrestlePalooza next year. Or Survivor Series next year. Crown Jewel next year, who knows. But really bad injury for Seth. Really fucked up plans for the WWE right now, especially for Survivor Series. And Saturday Night's main event, too. So they gotta scramble. And I'm hearing they're trying to get Brock Lesnar to come back to join the Vision. And go against Team Roman, I guess, at War Games. But I don't know. But I don't know if that's going to happen. But they're kind of leaning to the Wyatt Six versus the MFTs. You know, Solo's group versus Bo Dallas's group for War Games. I'm okay with it, but I'd rather see like something like Roman versus Brock in a cage. Damn, Scatterbook got clothesline, holy shit. Bam! Like a clothesline from behind, like a Northern Lariat to Scatterbook. Bam! Kicked his ass. He took it, though. There we get that. Alright, guys, I am out of here. Thanks for watching, and until next time, my final rating, as I said before, 8 out of 10 stars. Let me know what you guys think down below, and that's it. We'll talk about it later. Alright, guys, I'm out of here. Until next time, peace.